The Chicago Sky just completed the deal that I alluded to earlier, in which it's now finalized. The Sky will be getting Marina Mabrey, but I don't quite like the deal now that it's finalized as much as I thought I would. We're going to talk about it right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
All right, Sky fans, welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central. I'm the host here, Haize, and so the deal was just finalized that the Sky have acquired Marina Mabrey and a second-round pick. The second-round pick's coming from the Mercury. The Marina Mabrey is, of course, coming from the Wings. Now, this went down as a 4-team trade. Now, in the trade, the Sky are receiving Marina Mabrey and that second-round pick. The Wings are getting Diamond DeShields, a 2023 first from the Sky, a 2024 first from the Sky, the rights to swap first-round picks in 2025 from the Sky, and the Mercury receive Michelle Oniwe and a 2024 third-round pick from the Sky, third-round pick from the Sky, and a 2025 second-round pick from the Sky. Like the Liberty in this, like what is this deal? What is this? And don't get me wrong, Sky fans. I understand you have to pay the cost to do business. And the Chicago Sky are in a situation in which James Wade and that front office probably thought that, hey, we got to do something. We have to make a deal here to stay competitive in the WNBA so that we can keep Kahleah Copper, we can convince her to stay, and then we don't have another offseason in which we lose another star player. I understand that mindset. But as we know, in the WNBA, if this deal better work out, because if it does work out, okay, it lessens the impact, right? If this deal works and Marina Mabrey comes in and she balls out for the Chicago Sky and the Sky make the playoffs, they go on deep playoff runs, in the WNBA, it's not like the NBA. A lot of the first-round draft picks don't actually end up making teams, so there could be something said to that. But this is a draft in which you have a lot of players that can come in and almost give you the production that Mabrey did. Now, again, I don't want to lessen Mabrey and her impact. Yes, she's a good player. She's a damn good player. And when you look at somebody coming in to replace a legend in Courtney Vandersloot, Mabrey can do that. And she probably will do that to an extent. Now, she's not the passer. She doesn't set the table kind of like that, but you get a young player, only 25 years old, to pair with Kahleah Copper that you can do, and Courtney Williams, that can be a solid, formidable team. Everything that I said earlier stands. I do look at this team as being a team that can definitely still compete, be a tough team to play against every night, and probably be a tough out in the playoffs. I believe all of that. But when you look at the amount of draft assets and capital that the Chicago Sky gave up in this, the Sky are sending out 5 draft picks over the course of the next 3 years. And in the WNBA, that could be huge. And I understand the fact that James Wade needed to probably try to do something to convince Kahleah Copper to stay. But really, when you're looking at it, at least in my opinion, this was just almost too high of a price to pay. Now, maybe it comes out and it all works out when we see the team get on the court. But at least right now, I'm looking at this and saying, you better be absolutely for sure that this is going to work out for this team. Because I tell you what, if it doesn't, you gave up, just look at the first-round picks. You give up 3 first-round picks over the next 3 seasons. I worry that this could potentially come back and blow up in the face of James Wade and the Chicago Sky. And, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely off basis with this. And if I do end up being wrong, I'll admit it. And I'll say, hey, they made the right deal. But looking at this, man, I don't know. I don't see it working out in this way. We're already a guard-heavy rotation. So now you look at our guards being Dana Evans, Kahleah Copper, Rebecca Gardner, Marina Mabrey now comes in. We know Kahleah Copper played out of position last season. She actually played small forward a lot last season, so maybe you're going to keep her there. You're also adding Courtney Williams, who's also a guard for us. Like, I see this, and I look now and I say, this is a super heavy guard rotation. Dana Evans definitely probably is Julie Allen, man, like where they're going to be their places. But I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't like this deal overall right now. Could completely be wrong for it in the long run, right? And that's the thing. I never want to come on here and act like I know it all or I have all the answers. I'm just here to share my opinions and my thoughts. And this, in my opinion, could change once I see the team on the court together. But right now, giving up 3 first rounds pick, 1, 2, and it wouldn't be that bad. But 3. Now, the third one is a pick swap. So we'll still have a first round pick. We'll just have the lesser of the picks between us in the Wings pick, but give up 2 firsts outright, unprotected first. Man, hey, call me crazy. Maybe, like I said, this deal ends up working out better. I'd love to hear from you guys on how you feel about this deal. I'm looking at this deal and thinking this could be a deal that if it works, great. But if it doesn't work, we just gave up a lot for a player that, while solid in the WNBA so far, I don't want to make it seem like Marina Mabrey is a solid player. When you look at what she's able to do, the fact that she played 115 games in the WNBA so far, and over those games she averages 10 points per game on 40% shooting from the field, 34% from the field, that's solid. The 2.5 assists, I'm not going to lie, does worry me a little bit much, especially if this is supposed to be now your point guard of the present and the future. But man, hey, James Wade is paid to do these things. Maybe he sees something that I do not. Maybe you guys see something that I do not. Please let me know your thoughts and feelings on everything down below. We'll continue to give you the best Sky coverage right here on YouTube and other places if you listen to the podcast side. But I tell you what, I'm a little bit worried about this trade. You guys can let me know how you feel on it down below. I'm Haize. This is Chicago Sky Central. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.